Hi everybody, it's Tina again. I'm a little over 2 weeks post-op, but I was watching some videos last night and saw some interesting things, and I wanted to try one of the ideas that I saw, which is 10 things I won't miss about being fat. Um, so I thought that was a interesting list, and a lot of the things that I looked at um, just helped me feel a part of this journey, like I'm not alone. So I enjoyed watching the videos, and they helped me understand maybe some of the feelings that I'm having. Um, I really haven't talked a whole lot about myself. This is my fourth video. Um, so I thought I'd start off with when I was 4 years old, I started wearing glasses. So when I went and well, I also had lazy eye. So um, in 1970, uh, they used to fix lazy eye with putting a patch over your glasses. Um, so when I went to school and I had the glasses for one in 1970 and uh, um, a patch over my eye, I pretty quickly started to get teased. And then I would say probably when I got to be about 8, I started to get a little chunky, and I pretty much was at least 20 pounds overweight all through high school. Um, I still remember in 5th grade, uh, there was a really cute boy, and he said to me, if you were thinner, you would be gorgeous. I still to this day remember someone saying that to me. Um, and also, as I got to high school, there were some boys that did like to call me Cal, which really hurt. And I was probably a size well, I was definitely, when I graduated, I was a size 13. So I really wasn't that big, but back then, it was considered big. So I have always been somewhat overweight, and um, at the time of my surgery 2 weeks ago was the most I ever weighed, which was 250. Um, so we'll start with that was a little background. I'm in my 40s, and I have 3 children, a 22-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 16-year-old. So I hadn't really talked about myself that much. So I'm a hairdresser, and I love my job. Um, so we'll talk about now the 10 things uh, that I won't miss about being fat. One thing is hiding in pictures. Never want to be in the front. Uh, Try to at least hide half of myself behind someone, and make sure I keep my chin up so you don't see the double chin as much. Um, Second thing is feeling self-conscious. Um, Always, wondering what people are thinking. I try not to worry about that as much, but I still do. Um, but I always try to cover myself up with long shirts, um, and stuff that fits to cover up. Um, Another thing is I won't miss shopping. Usually, I only shop in. I have a catalog, a plus size catalog that I really like. It started out like Lane Bryant, and it's a women's catalog, and I get a lot of things out of there because they're pretty stylish in there. I've been able to find a lot of cool clothes in there for being plus size, but they're also the sales aren't that great. Like, they're a lot more expensive. And there's only certain kinds of shirts that I know I'll look good in that I can buy. So I will very much enjoy being able to shop at any store that I would like to shop at and buy all kinds of different clothes. More fitted clothes. I actually am lucky that my legs are not that big, so I'll probably wear some maybe more fitted dresses that just come to the knee and stuff like that. I'm excited to be able to get some cute dresses. Another thing is an airplane. Usually once or twice a year we go somewhere. Some airlines have bigger seat belts than others. United seems to have very small seat belts, and I happen to say I was shocked that I could not close my seatbelt. And I happened to say that out loud, and the stewardess heard me and said, "Oh, I'll get you a seatbelt extension." I'm like, "Great, now I need a seatbelt extension. This is wonderful." Um, Flying on Delta, I didn't have a problem with seatbelts. So um, some airlines you do and some you don't. Um, Also with that one, I hadn't had any trouble riding rides. I know some people had talked about being worried that they wouldn't fit in when the thing came down over their head. Um, it's probably been a couple of years since I actually got on rides because my husband's not really fond of parks. Um, but I hadn't had that experience just with the airplane seat. And also, we went to a company picnic with my husband, and they had zip lining, and it was just a short zip line, and I wanted to try it, um, but they didn't have a harness large enough for me, so I couldn't do it. And I would have if they would have had a harness big enough. So that really kind of upset me. Um, Another thing, I feel like my whole life has been worrying about what I eat, always being on a diet, um, constantly failing at it, um, having my favorite foods that I would always overeat because I could. Um, Now I know I'm still going to have to watch what I eat, and I'm going to find healthier things, and um, I can't eat more, and I'm going to get used to eating smaller bites. So I finally get on the scale and see the scale going down, which is wonderful. Um, and it seems like it's been a long time since I saw the scale go down, and certainly not as quickly as it does after surgery. Um, I did touch base a little bit before about um, being able to wear any kind of clothes, not just the ones that cover me up. Being able to wear a shorter shirt, um, or a cute shorter dress. Another thing is I won't miss is feeling tired, always wanting to take an afternoon nap. I wake up in the morning, I don't feel tired, I feel good, and I usually feel really good in the morning, but usually by 1 or 2 o'clock, I'm ready to take a nap, unless I am keep myself busy or if I'm at work. I'm okay, but if I'm home, I usually take a 2-hour nap in the afternoon. Another thing um, is I'm hoping when this is done, I want to feel sexier for my husband. He actually is looking forward to being able to go take me shopping and buy me new clothes, and I will enjoy getting clothes that he likes to see also. And feeling good in them. Um, Another thing is, my husband has a motorcycle, and uh, he's had it, I guess, 2 years. And the first year I rode it a little bit, but I just did not feel comfortable. It's hard for me to get on. I didn't feel good about turning. It's not a big touring bike. It's a little bit of just a regular size bike. So I didn't like turning corners. That made me nervous. And stopping seemed like it was difficult for, for my husband with all the weight on, because my husband's not actually that small of a person either. So the two of us, I just was not comfortable on the motorcycle, so I haven't ridden on it since 2 summers ago. And I am willing, when my weight gets down, I will give it another try, because when I was younger, I used to love riding a motorcycle. I loved the feeling of the freedom and just getting on and going on a beautiful day. Um, but I didn't feel comfortable on it then, and I don't know if that has to do with getting older or my weight. But I am going to give it a try um, when I'm smaller. So maybe, so till next summer, I will give it a try, and I'll let you know how that goes. Um, and then the 10th thing, the last thing that I put was, a lot of times when I go to places, any place, doesn't matter if it's church or at work or the mall, I look around to see if I'm the biggest person there. Um, and try to make myself feel better by, oh, that person's definitely bigger than me, or, yeah, I mean, even when I started my job, um, a lot of the girls were thin that worked there, and I thought, oh, am I going to fit in? You know, am I going to feel even bigger? Um, I mean, I didn't. All the girls were really nice, and they didn't make me feel that way, but it's a thought that runs in my head. Um, so that was my 10th thing, and I mean, the biggest thing is I have never been thin, and I'm really looking forward to this chance that I feel like God has given me, this opportunity to learn to eat right and get skinny. Um, I'm also, of course, concerned a little bit about the excess skin, and I have been watching a lot of those videos, and boy, I appreciate the people that are um, confident enough or brave enough to share what they look like with the excess skin. Um, and I've read a lot of tips on things I can do to help um, my skin as I lose weight. So that's it for today, and I hope I didn't bore you to death. Um, I am still on my full liquid diet. I don't get to switch to pureed until Friday, so I have like 5 more days of the full liquids. I've been trying some different combinations. Mostly it's I miss having things with flavor. Um, I have eaten some club crackers just because I needed some salt, and they were fine for me. Um, I just once in a while just needed salt because everything seems to taste sweet to me, and I'm really minding sweet things. Um, so I'm trying to find some things with flavor. That's the biggest thing I miss about the food so far. But other than that, it's going really well. I'm not hungry. I'm feeling great. Um, I'm back to work. Um, I was tired after my first day, which is to be expected. Um, but anyway, I'll catch you next time sometime after I start my period. We'll talk and we'll see how my weight's come down. Till then, bye for now.